Okay, true story. Someone once told me their startup pitch was inspired by a samba beat, and I thought this is either genius or we are all in the trouble, right? Turn- It turns out rhythm matters, not just in Brazil, but in innovation also. And today we have got someone who knows both, right? Hello, everyone. Welcome back to School to Startup, where we chat with academicians shaping the future of entrepreneurship and innovation from inside universities, right? Dr. Bruno from Flinders University is here, a researcher, startup whisperer, and the kind of lecturer who might actually make AI and manufacturing sound fun, right? Welcome to School to Startup, Dr. Bruno. Let's jump right in.
Okay, thank you for this
Right,
opportunity and invitation.
so you've had such a interesting journey, right? From building startup ecosystem in Brazil to leading innovation research in Australia. What got you into this world of entrepreneurship and university industry partnerships?
Yeah, this back to my previous country where I'm from. I'm from Brazil, and there I use it to work with other universities, but primarily supporting potential entrepreneurs in universities to develop their own ideas and their own business. So my first approach with startups, innovation, and entrepreneurship was in 2010 when we established a business incubator in this university in Brazil. So since then, I addressed or targeted all my career by researching and supporting entrepreneurs, startups. And now here in Australia with the Flinders University, researching entrepreneurship and also emerging technologies with some departments we have here, such as the Factory of the Future, and also we have a new venture institute which supports startups and entrepreneurs with our university. Yeah.
Great. So now
Mm.
that you are at Flinders, what kind of projects or ideas are keeping you excited these days?
Yeah. Basically, my position here, it's I'm acting as a lecturer, coordinating some talks such as small business and entrepreneurs or artificial intelligence in business and also advanced projects within advanced manufacturing. So my main function here is teaching entrepreneurs and entrepreneurship and innovation. And as a researcher, because I have a balanced position, I'm researching at the moment how small and medium enterprise, some of them they are startups, they can better adopt artificial intelligence into their operations, primarily in manufacturing. Yeah.
Great. Allowing this already. A quick pause for our viewers. If you're enjoying the conversation, give us a like, drop a comment with your thoughts, and make sure to subscribe the Tracxn channel. It really helps more people discover these stories. All right, let's keep going. So you're involved with something called the Factory of the Future, which
Mhm.
sounds like a sci-fi movie, right? So what's really happening there, and how does that space impact how students learn and innovate?
Yeah, the easiest way to understand what exactly is the factor of future, it's about try to think about a big lab, a facility in which we have big companies or even small ones and startups for testing and validating new technologies. So this includes artificial intelligence, digital twins to simulate actual real scenarios, uh, cobots, which are collaborative robots, and all those emerging technologies. So we are helping them to understand how they can better integrate these new technologies with their businesses. And there are different pathways for that. We work with big companies in manufacturing, but also startups develop integrating their technologies as providers for the big companies as well. Yeah. This is the fact of
Great.
it, a big lab for testing, validating new technologies. Yeah.
Superb. And you're also part of the Jeff Fleet Center, right? Looking at the democracy and disruptive technologies. How does that work connect with what students are building?
Oh yeah. The Jeff Blake Center, it's more focused on diplomacy technologies, and they have a focus on space sector as well. But today we work more with how we can better support and create policies to help entrepreneurs or diverse organizations. But in both these institutes, they are different. The GBC and also the Faculty of Future usually we allocate students with us by supporting our research. Also, we provide some placements in which they can put in practice what they are learning in classes. Also, and with the Faculty of Future, we also can help them to understand more how it happens the entrepreneurial journey if they need. But we also have another center, which is the NVI, the New Venture Institute. This is specifically one to support students who has their own ideas and they want it to be accelerated or incubated to develop their final product, service, etc. Yeah.
Very nice. So let's talk trends, right? What's shifting in the startup space right now that students should be paying attention to?
Yeah, the new trend is about how they can use all these new technologies, artificial intelligence into their projects. Basically, I'm teaching how they can use AI, for example, to develop new ideas, how they can create new businesses or new technologies with the support of technologies such as AI. So it's been very helpful, not only for creating final products, but also for the ideation process, like how they can use AI for design thinking, how they can generate new ideas based on specific problems. So I think these new advances, including AI, it's been very supportive to students to better use like learning by doing experience and test and validate what they are thinking about new ideas when becoming potential entrepreneurs. Yeah.
Interesting. And have you seen any student-led startups recently that made you think, wow, this is going somewhere?
Always they have some nice ideas. For example, during my talks for undergraduates, for example, I'm teaching and coordinating a topic which is developing entrepreneurs and small business. So during all their journey with these topics, they need to think about a new idea for the business based on specific problems. And the final moment, they needed to simulate or present their business with a simulation of our own Shark Tank panel. Of course, we don't offer real money to them, but it's a kind of support to receive feedbacks. Always we have very good like projects, and the best ones we pass their ideas to our Center for Entrepreneurs, which is the NVI. So they have specific different types of programs, such as Underdome, which is pre-accelerator programs. So these best ideas, not only from my topics, but from diverse subjects across Flinders Universities, they are invited to participate in these initiatives to accelerate their better ideas. So we have a focus at Flinders, for example, in health sector. So always our students, they are thinking about new apps, how these can promote, like, for example, better benefits for aged care. So yeah, always there are very nice ideas about new apps, new platforms, and how they can bring benefits, not only monetary, but also social impact for diverse contexts. Yeah.
Interesting. So talking about AI and industry, right? So you are leading a project on how AI can help small manufacturing businesses. So what's one a big misunderstanding people have about using AI in these kinds of companies?
I wouldn't say it's a bad mistake, but sometimes small business or even startups or new entrepreneurs, they can't yet recognize sometimes the value behind AI. So why I'm adopting AI? So sometimes they are thinking to use AI to solve all the problems they have. So you're teaching them, no, first would be nice for you to understand all the process you have with your, even in small organizations, then you should create like specific case and try to start as a lean concept or agile to test and validate specific case where AI could be helpful to them. My current project, the title is Enhancing AI adoption capabilities within small and medium enterprise in advanced manufacturing. Advanced manufacturing, there is a close relationship with the factor of future, which is how you can explore technologies in a more intensity way. That's why advanced manufacturing in industries, but it's not only about big companies, so small, medium, and also startups. Here in Australia, small business or business, they don't have more than 20 employees. So we are talking about smaller scalability, and medium enterprise or companies, those they have the range until 199 employees. So I would say the critical aspect of AI in these small and medium enterprise, it's about understanding the value behind AI and how they could start with a specific case and not trying to solve all the problems they have. Yeah.
Right. And you rightly said there are small businesses, and not every is ready for AI. Some are still figuring out the email itself. Right. How do you prepare students to work with that kind of reality?
Yeah, our students, yeah, we are trying to allocate like more entrepreneurial topics into diverse subjects and also technology capabilities because digital literacy, it's still a big barrier for entry in this technological world. So as university, we have this role also to keep them a sense of awareness about what is happening not inside the university but outside the university because they need to be prepared for this future of the work with not only artificial intelligence, but also they need to receive like soft capabilities such as critical thinking, how they can use collaborations, how they can adopt leadership approach because it's not only about understanding how they can use emerging technologies, but how they can use these other different mindsets and skill capabilities to manage AI. Most of them, they will not be the guys coding or developing startups with very technical capabilities, but also they need to learn how to use those things for decision-making approach and many other critical skills they need to learn from the university as well.
Very true. So going back to your Brazil roots, right? So you led a public innovation center in Brazil that supported over 3,000 aspiring entrepreneurs. What was that like? Like any lessons from that time that still stick with you?
Yeah, I think not here at Flinders, although it's very exciting teaching entrepreneurship, innovation, and we have nice facilities here, centers for innovation, the factor of future. I think the critical thing is also how we can better engage students with this entrepreneurial world. So yeah, universities like us, we are trying to figure out new and more, how could I say, dynamic ways to engage students and so they can understand that they can have different pathways during their journey with us. Sometimes some students, they will prefer to work for other companies. It's fine. Some of them, they will try to create their own organizations. But when provide them these capabilities in technologies or entrepreneurship, we are providing not like targeting, oh, you should create a company or a startup. You're giving them like suitable capabilities they could use being entrepreneurs or also being entrepreneurs with diverse organizations. So this is our main focus to be broad around what we're teaching and demonstrate them to practice so they can decide in the future which is better for them to create their own companies or also to work in organizations, but being leaders or even entrepreneurs with these corporates. Mm.
Right, greatly said. So you have led grant funded projects worth over $1 million, right? When you're looking at a new idea or a founder, what tells you it's worth backing?
Yeah, I have some current funds, but it's not 1 million. Okay, but yeah, overall, yeah, we have collect some grants to support them. But for example, NDI, they provide some support, but mostly we are teaching these entrepreneurs how they can attract investors or even government grants. Yeah, some of them, they receive like funds like 1 million, etc. But in Australia, we still need to scale like these potential investments funds from private sector. Government's doing a very good job around this. But I think the role of the centers we have here is to better connect our students, if they have a certain level of maturity to develop what they are doing, with like big investors, because most of the initiatives we have is still about early stage or seed money. So how to scale that is still a challenge. For the factor of future, it's fine. We are working with big industries. They can have their financial capabilities, but we are mixing big companies with small ones and students as well to create this kind of environment which could be suitable for more investments, etc., and to grow this kind of funding as well.
Right. So now we know you have funds. Let's say I'm a student with a rough idea and zero clue where to start. So how would you help me turn that into something real?
Yeah, I would say we don't have like a specific fund, like we are not a venture capital stuff. But for example, through NVI, they can have many other support, which implies in financial resource, maybe not directly, but we'll support them, for example, to write for grants and how to prepare them to obtain investments from external investors as well. Okay.
Great.
Mhm.
Understood. So you have mentioned a lot of students in industry projects, right? So what's one thing you wish every student understood before stepping into the real world?
Yeah, we are very open with students. What we want to make them to be sure they can choose what they want for their journey into their life, professional life. So my role here is to demonstrate like different pathways or learning entrepreneurship through our educational process or mix it and integrate them with industry guys because we have this campus here, which is inside of industry innovation district. So it's very good to them to understand how they can explore their capabilities and what they are learning in class with this real connection with the industries. So here at Tomsley, which is this district, they can have clear or very easy pathways where they can decide to go. And as I said, they can decide to work with corporates, they can work together with big industries here, or they can create their own startups with the New Venture Institute. So we are just providing capabilities for their future, being entrepreneurs or working with other organizations.
Great. Honestly, Dr. Bruno, 30 minutes isn't nearly enough. We have just scratched the surface of everything you know about entrepreneurship and innovation, right? So if you want to go deeper, make sure to check out Dr. Bruno's work and follow what he's doing. Like the video, leave a comment if something stood out, and hit that subscription button plus the bell so you don't miss the next one. So this is School to Startup, where ideas get messy before they get real. Catch you in the next episode.